Hey y'all, Ramdino here, coming at you for yet another Appalachian Trail community news, Thru Hiker update, and trail information. So got a lot of stuff coming at you as we do every week or most weeks. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So we still got some folks from 2022 Sobos out there that are finishing up. Even got a virtual Nobo group. So Diesel, she has made it through the Smokies with her buddy that she'd been hiking with, and he had already finished his hike, White Sox. So they came through the Smokies. Some treacherous stuff that they were getting into there in the Smokies, but looks like they had a good time getting through there. And of course, Smokies, she is Sobo, so she came out at Fontana, and it's not too long, and she's going to be through North Carolina and on her last state into Georgia. So that's going to be exciting to see that finish. And then Irish and the fabulous Firsties, she is the teacher that is doing a virtual through hike with her class, and they're integrating all things math and terminology and just everything they possibly can about the trail into their studies. And so not only are they doing it in the classroom, but they're doing it outside. So they're actually doing some hiking around the playground, and she's got a virtual setup there for what's the trail. So it's just really cool getting the kids outside, getting exercise mentally and physically. So they are done with the roller coaster, and they have been having the Virginia blues, but they're back on track. They're getting ready to do the guillotine, and she's doing things like for the guillotine, she's putting a beanbag up between two chairs, and they have to, walk or crawl or whatever up underneath it, just like the real guillotine out there on the trail. So that's awesome. She has indicated that she just wanted to thank all the sweet viewers out there that have been sending her stuff. Of course, we've been talking about her on this channel, and a lot of you folks have responded, so greatly appreciate that. She says they have been getting stuff almost daily. Things like they got some AT key rings, and then they got all kind of trail magic, like they got chips, and they got snacks, they got letters, cards, stickers, and they even got squirrel's teeth. Now, I don't know what the heck squirrel's teeth has to do with the Appalachian Trail other than there's squirrels out there, but somebody sent them squirrel's teeth. So somewhere there are squirrels, and I'm assuming they sent them more than one squirrel's teeth, because she said teeth and not tooth. Somewhere there's squirrels out there that are had to have false teeth ordered, and they're wearing their false teeth around. So I don't know what's up with that. Hopefully it was roadkill, or they didn't take live squirrels' teeth. I don't know. But in any case, thanks everybody for responding to that. She did indicate that she actually got a response from the ATC, and somebody there contacted her and asked her if they wanted some of the old bag tags. And she, of course, said sure. Sadly, as is typical, they were let down by the ATC, and she said, needless to say, they have not heard back from them again. So apparently it's been a while. So I know the ATC monitors this channel. And so, hey guys, let's do the right thing. I know I rag on y'all a lot and tell truth about the truth. And I always want to say the good with the bad. Not a lot of good that I have found coming on out there recently with the ATC, but if you'll do the right thing, send those bag tags to her. I'm sure she'll get back to me. I'll be sure and let people know that y'all did the right thing and followed through with what y'all said, and you sent her that. So appreciate that. But anyway, thanks for everybody's support out there for helping the fabulous Firsties with everything they're doing out there. And Ira sends her thanks as well. So what's going on in the 2023, folks? Well, we got Barkman and Point 7. They are through the Roan Mountain Highlands and well into Tennessee. Mule and his hiking partner Attitude of Gratitude, or AOG, has stepped off at Amicable Falls State Park, and he reports that he was hiker number 157. So I believe they started this morning. This is the 12th. And they were checking in with iPads as well as the paper ledger, he said. Said there's also rain and snow up high, and but they prefer it that way. So they are doing the approach trail while I'm gathering from that. Boston, he stepped off at Springer and has more than likely made it to Neal Gap by now. He hiked in 2022 with some other notables out there that updated me from time to time on this channel. If you've been watching from last year, you might remember Chatterbox and Straps and T. So met them at Above the Clouds Hostel last year. I think it was a year ago when I met them up there, and I think it was for the Super Bowl. But anyway, there was a big group of people up there at Above the Clouds, and we had a good time watching whatever we were watching. I'm pretty sure it's the Super Bowl, and he was one of them. And so he hiked last year, finished, and now he is going for number 4. So that's awesome, Boston. Looking forward to the updates. Hiram Hikes, he has made it to Franklin. Jeff and Maya, they are through the Smokies. And here's a picture of them there at Newfound Gap. He said that was really the only place they saw had any kind of ice or snow, and they were kind of looking forward to seeing a little bit of snow while they were through there. But they have met a few Sobos as they were crossing paths. Of course, they're Nobo, and a couple of those he said that are probably finished by now, and that's Da Vinci, Timber, Stargazer, Talk Show, Prometheus, and Slug. And they have only met 3 Nobos so far. Ghost and Nicholas are 2 of those. So they started early, and of course those Nobos are. I'm assuming they've. They're not part of their tramley, so they've either passed them or they've passed them. So anyway, looking forward to your continued updates as well. Greyhound and Bell Out, they have made it to Neal Gap. They were on my Foothills end of days hike, and so they are doing well. They had their pack weights at 23.5 and 27, so those are pretty respectable pack weights, good pack weights for starting in the winter. They said the trail and the shelters are in great condition, and the Georgia Trail Club down there is doing a great job of maintaining the trails and the shelters. And they talked about some blowdowns that were there earlier, and they were gone very quickly the same day. So that's awesome. Good job, Georgia Trail maintainers. Nani, she got started the first of the week, and so she may be into North Carolina by now. She wanted to give a shout out to Fresh Ground, said how awesome he was, and Fresh Ground, of course, is a trail angel and Fetter, and so we appreciate all those trail angels out there do for everybody. Mike and Fran, they made it to North Carolina. They said Trail Magic is steady going now. They want to give a shout out to Gordon and Lisa from Around the Bend Hostel. They really enjoyed their stay there. And just said they are really great people. So some starters we got coming up this coming week from on the support list. We got Mac, Stinger, Mule, and I think Mule, I just mentioned Mule, he's already started. Lily, Eddie and Renee Kahn, Jim Lake, Sean and Laura Thompson, Trash, Flying J, Freeze Dried, Wedge, Carl Scott Cox, Captain Chaos, Bearded Frog, Fortune, Popcorn, Surefoot, Chuck McKinney, Pinky, Isha McCartney, Andrew, Chris Tucker, Buddy Buckner, Snowbeard, Firestarter, and Crash. So those are all folks from our support list that will be starting this coming week. So if you want to get on that support list, we got somewhere like 193 folks on it. And of course, that support list has your social media there that you'll be updating to. And folks from the hiker community can go out and support you through comments or however they want to do that. And that's just a way that kind of the clearinghouse for where people can go to find that. And then if you are out there a thru hiker and you're on that list, or even if you're not on that list, if you want to send me your updates each week, the best way to do that is down by the links below, either through DM or through email, and send those to me on Thursday or Friday. Would be awesome if you would do that. And if you want to get on the list, the link down below is to get on that list, and the link to that list is down below as well. So registrations continue to kind of trend down from what they have over last year, and they were trending up for so many years. Of course, kind of have to throw the COVID years out of there because that's kind of an outlier there, but they do continue to trend down. Current registrations are on Nobo. We were up 123 from last week. We're at 2,393 Nobos that have registered. Flip Floppers, we've got 136, which is up 11 from last week. And Sobo, we've got 92. That's up 15 from last week. So all in all, we've got 149 folks that have registered since last week, have added their names to the Appalachian Trail registration there. And of course, we know that anywhere between 10 to 25% of folks don't register for the trail. That's a big spread there. I understand that, but that's the best information I can get depending on who you're asking with the ATC. Some folks I asked with the ATC say there's 10%, some say there's 25%. So I can only give you the information that they give me out there. We are maxed out for 5 days through the on the trail, and of course, max out is more than 50 hikers on the trail, and that's deemed the carrying capacity by the ATC of what the trail can handle per day of folks leaving out of Springer or Amicalola Falls State Park. So we're maxed out for 5 days. Now, contrast those registrations in the max out with the days that we had last year, and you can see we've got a whole lot bigger bubble from last year and a whole lot more days that were maxed out. Now, of course, this is registrations as of today, February 12th, and this graph is registrations, as of the end of the year or as of February 12th now for 2022. And I say that because we'll still have more people registering, from now until you get past the date of when they're leaving. So we'll add some to that, but I don't think it's going to get anywhere near the population that you're seeing right here in this graph. So, but looking at it, if you're a thru hiker, just be prepared when that bubble comes through. You're going to have a difficult time getting hostels. Hostels will fill up quickly for bad weather, particularly when it's really, really going to be really cold. When rain or snow's coming in, hostels are going to fill up fast, and so you need to get your reservation in there to that hostel sooner rather than later. Or if you're going to need to get off the trail somehow to go to a motel or something, you still got to get a shuttle driver. And so there's a finite amount of shuttle drivers that can service folks down there. So keep that in mind when bad weather's moving in, particularly if you are part of the bubble there. And you may want to even consider starting earlier, like maybe here in February or early March, if you are currently signed up and that places you in the middle of the bubble. So leave a comment down below about the number of folks that are on trail or anything else. If you thru hikers are out there and you know what's going on the trail, I always like to include those kind of updates and give out that information as much as I can. Hit that like button down below if you're getting anything out of this, or if there's some things that you want me to look into. Got a finite amount of time that I can look at stuff during the week and put this together, but I'll be glad to do what I can. So some news going on out there. The Rock Gap shelter was removed, and now it's being rebuilt in the same spot. So the shelter's closed, but you can still tent in that area. And so it's probably going to be finished before the bubble gets through, because it's getting pretty close to finish now. Vast improvement over what was there before. So we want to thank that club there for doing that work, and for those volunteers that are rebuilding that. That's going to be really a awesome shelter. That shelter, interestingly enough, is within eyesight of Rock Gap parking, which is right at the road. So, this time of year, you can definitely see it. You can definitely hear somebody hollering. So the ATC's policy, and that was one of the reasons why they're tearing down the Over Mountain shelter that they gave, was because they don't want any shelters within 2 miles of a major road, or not a major road, just an improved road. And that is definitely an improved road. So I'm surprised that they let them build that back there, but I'm glad that they are. The Green Mountain Brigade, which is a branch of the Royal Rangers, they are planning to do a hiker feed at Burningtown Gap, North Carolina on March 24th and 25th. So they wanted to get the word out there, not only for hikers, but also just so there's not a duplication of Trail Angels and Trail Magic there at the same time. And Burningtown Gap is down around the Nantahala area. This will be their 6th year for doing that. So appreciate what you're doing there, Royal Rangers. The ATC has now started a TikTok channel. So I know everybody's just been on the edge of their seat wanting to know when the ATC was going to start the TikTok channel. So they've decided to fall in line there and with the Chinese and go ahead and jump right in. They said one of the reasons why they are doing a TikTok channel is because they aim to inspire a younger people to give back and find a deeper sense of belonging, community, and connection to the trail. All about community with the trail, you know that. All about the belonging and the connection. I don't understand the aims to inspire younger people. Do older people not do TikTok? Is there, in other words, they're looking to inspire or even exclude older folks out there. What about the older generations, and what defines an older person? that is no longer their target market. Why am I not part of their target market? Well, I know why I'm not their target market, but why are folks that are my age not part of their target market? So leave a comment down below. I'd like to know why I am not a worthy demographic. Not me personally, I get that, but why is my generation and even generation below me, why are we not a worthy demographic? If you know that, please let me know. For the younger people out there, whatever that means, look for that ATC TikTok influencer position to open up there at the headquarters. I'm sure they're going to be hiring, a TikTok influencer, a TikTok assistant influencer, probably a whole cadre of folks to look after TikTok and their social media. So, because us folks don't know a thing about social media or being influencers, we would not be eligible for a position like that. We don't know nothing about Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, any of those things. So in any case, look for that, you younger people, because us older folks are not going to be eligible. And then I did want to bring up something that people need to be aware of, particularly females out there on the trail. I've had a report that we have a sexual predator on the trail that's been reported by someone within the community. So it was reported on a private women's only Facebook group that a Gary Summers was a shuttle driver that she encountered when she was seeking a shelter. And she became suspicious when his Facebook page, Gus Summers' Facebook page, suddenly disappeared. Fortunately, she decided not to go with his service. His real name is Frank Huggins. He is a former Forsyth County Sheriff's Officer deputy. Matter of fact, he was a captain and the department spokesman for several years, and he was convicted in 2019 of charges of felony sexual assault by a teacher and misdemeanor sexual battery. So in 2016, apparently while acting as a 16-year-old girl's driving instructor, over a 2.5-hour lesson, he inappropriately touched the girl on her legs, inner thigh, back, and neck. And this has been reported by the Forsyth County News and the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. So there's nothing out there I'm not reporting that hasn't already been reported. He again was arrested in May of 2019 after search of his home, according to Forsyth County Sheriff's Office, where they produced items that are believed to be violations of his conditions of his probation. So don't know what those conditions are. Could be anything from not having drugs or not having firearms since he's a felon, or something to do with sexual predation. And before I put these things out like this, I always want to make sure that I'm putting out the absolute correct information, because putting out something false about somebody could have terrible ramifications for them. So I want to make sure I'm giving out good information. In this case, this person was verified as a shuttle driver by a Thru Hiker from last year. And he sent me the picture of them. Of course, I blanked out the hiker's face, but this individual, Frank Huggins, gave him a shuttle ride and then took his wife back down to Amicalola Falls State Park alone. They did not report any kind of incident or any type of improper behavior during that shuttle ride. And then I also had another hiker verify that the alias Gus Summers was tied to Frank Huggins, the shuttle driver down there. So he's listed in the Far Out app. Somebody told me that he was also on AWOL, as well as he's listed on the Benton MacKay Trail Association as a shuttle driver there. So he's got the credentials out there. Unfortunately, there's nothing that prevents, no law that I'm aware of that prevents somebody from doing what he's doing, being a shuttle driver for women, young ladies, men for that matter, or anybody out there being around that. To my knowledge, there's no law out there that prevents him from doing that, unless that was part of his sentencing. So he did no time. He was just given probation. He did do a little bit of time for when the second arrest that he had, but he was given probation. So, and obviously this occurred this week, so he is certainly not incarcerated at this time. So, let me know if you have any encounters with him. I am not going to, I won't tell your name or you'll be completely anonymous. Make sure that any information I give out doesn't tie anybody back to you. Just want to keep tabs on them and let other people know we need to make sure that we're looking out for each other out there on the trail. And I greatly appreciate that person who posted in that women's site. And thanks for the person who came forward and let me know about it. Now, back to the ATC. So the ATC is doing something good. They are doing something good for volunteers, and they are giving them a copy of the Appalachian Trail on the Far Out app. So it used to be Guthook's app. That's whatever most folks use to navigate by out there. And so they're going to give volunteers, as long as you've done 4 hours of volunteer work, a free copy of that. Here's how you would go and do that. So once you get the register and that comes to your email box, then you can page down in that email and you can go request a free download, request that free download, and I would put in my name is Ramdino, and page on down. How many hours per year do you think you typically volunteer for this group? A lot. How many years you've been doing this? This would be number 4. And I will put myself in the information, education, interpretation volunteer, because through my YouTube channel, I feel like I'm an educator and interpreter for the way the Appalachian Trail Conservancy treats its hikers. And I educate the hiker community on how they do that. Who supervises me? The hiker community. And would I like access to the entire trail? Why, yes, please. And how did I learn about it? Well, I learned about it through the Register newsletter. There's no place for you to check Ramdino on there, so once you sign up, you'll get it through the registration newsletter as well. And then I'll submit that. And the only way you'll know about this is you have to be on their email list. So you can get on their email list where they put out information. You don't have to pay to be on that. Well, I'm sure they would like for you to. You don't have to. And so you just need to go and go to their website and sign up to get the register or their email newsletters, and they'll send that to you. That's how I found out about it. All right, folks, that's all I've got this week. As always, appreciate you, and we'll see you out there.